What's up, y'all? Today we're going to be doing a college football recap. Again, I just posted a UNC recap, so go look at that one. But right now we're going to look kind of at the broader picture. Again, if it was a close game, we're going to look at the stats. If not, we're not going to look at the stats. Miami beats the snot out of B-CU. Don't know what the heck that even stands for, but they demolished them. And then the biggest upset of the week. I wouldn't actually. That's not even the biggest upset, as one game is ending. Again, there's still some games going on, like Tennessee, Florida is wrapping up. Mississippi, Georgia Tech's still going on. Bowling Green and Michigan's going on. Oregon, Hawaii, Colorado State and Colorado just started, but I'm not going to say I haven't watched that one. Sadly, I really wanted to, but I can't. Anyways, there's still some games going on, but yeah, one of the bigger upsets of the week and so far, Kansas State, Missouri. We're going to go ahead and look at the stats for that one. It's just an absolutely wild one. We're just going to look at the overview, not really because again, we can't even see the defensive stats, so we can't even tell if it was different, like how it went down. But Kansas State, I mentioned that in the last video. For some reason, college games don't show me defensive stats, which is really stupid. But yeah, it happens for some reason. Will Howard led passing for the Kansas State Wildcats. 25 for 39, 270, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, rushing 10 yards, 10 carries, 54 yards from Trayshawn Ward, and then receiving 5 receptions for 78 yards, 2 touchdowns from Ben Sinnott. And then passing yards for Missouri. Brady Cook, 23 for 35, 356 and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Cody Schrader had 10 carries and 58 yards. Luther Burden, 7 receptions, 114 and 2 touchdowns. So yeah, very a game-winning field goal, by the way, is how the game ended. I didn't really watch the whole game, but what it looks like is just turnover battle is what ended up winning the game for Missouri and just outplaying them. So we'll see how the rankings shake up next week, as wouldn't shock me if they fall out the rankings. And Penn State blows out Illinois 30-13, and then Boston College, Florida State. I watched kind of bits and pieces of this game. Actually, towards the end of it, which is actually when it got good, I was watching it for most of the game, and it just wasn't that good. And then kind of like I was watching it until it kind of got out of hand, and then Boston College just slowly crept their way back in the fourth quarter. I did not watch the fourth quarter, though, because the North Carolina game had started by that point, so sadly I didn't get to watch the best parts of it. But Travis, who got banged up a little bit, 16 for 24, 212, and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Trey Benson, 14 carries for 68 yards, 1 touchdown. And then receiving, Johnny Wilson, 4 for 105 yards. And then Thomas Castanelas, 20 for 33, 305, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing, Castanelas again, 16 for 95, 1 touchdown. And then receiving 3 receptions, 80 yards for Lewis Bond with 1 touchdown. It was a very great game from Boston College. I mean, they came back, almost won, but Florida State just outlasted them. I'm curious to see again how those rankings shake out. If Florida State's going to fall any, or if they're going to rise. I doubt they're going to rise any, but if they're going to fall any, see how far they fall, stuff like that. It's a very, very strange game from Boston College, just almost outperforming them. LSU beats Mississippi State 41-14. And then Weber State gets demolished by Utah 7-31. Central Michigan and Notre Dame 41-17. Notre Dame victory. Western Michigan, Iowa. Iowa wins 41-10. San Diego State, Oregon State 26-9. Minnesota UNC 31-13. Already talked about that one. Alabama South Florida. We're not going to go over the stats for that one because it was a very boring game. Not much offense at all. The fourth quarter is kind of when Alabama started to show up. A lot of quarterback change, though, for Alabama. I'm curious to see what Nick Saban's strategy is there. And then South Carolina, Georgia. I did not watch this game, but I was keeping up with it. I'm curious to see how it all went down. We're going to look at the player stats for this one, because apparently they were like a bunch of... Okay, never mind. We're just going to go to the player overview. Spencer Rattler, 22 for 42, 256, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Rattler led rushing, 8 for 35. Receiving yards, Omega Blake, 5 for 86. And then passing yards, Carson Beck, 27 for 35, 269 yards. And then DeJohn Edwards, uh, 20 carries for 118, one touchdown. And then Marcus Rosemy, 6 for 71. There was another rushing touchdown in there somewhere that I watched happen, but it was not from the main guy. But yeah, just Georgia outlast them in the second half. Really is all that happened. They scored 14 in the third quarter, which ended up taking the lead from them, and then 7 in the fourth quarter, which ended up kind of icing the game. But again, just a very, very good game from South Carolina, I got to be honest. I mean, you don't see that often. You know, you're hoping that South Carolina can pull something out. They just end up not being able to. And then Oklahoma just beat the pants off of Tulsa. Again, not what you want to see if you're a fan of upsets, but just a tail whooping, man. It was ridiculous. And then Duke Northwestern. Duke beats them 38-14. And then Western Kentucky, Ohio State. Ohio State beats them 63-10. Again, expected. And then Washington beats Michigan State. I'm going to say this one kind of surprised me. I was expecting Washington to win at least, but I wasn't expecting it to be this big of a blowout. And then NC Central and UCLA, 59-7, UCLA with a big dub. And then Washington State showing the reason they should be ranked 64-21 after the win, after they beat Wisconsin there. They ended up being ranked, which kind of shocked me, but anyways, whatever. And then a game that just ended as I was recording this video, Tennessee, Florida. Florida coming out with a shocking W there. That's the biggest upset of the week. I'll go ahead and say it. Biggest upset of the week. Top 15 team goes down. Highest ranking team to lose so far. Of course, there's still other games going on, but yeah. Game still going on. Georgia Tech is losing right now to Mississippi, who is ranked 17 with 6:52 to go in the game. Georgia Tech with the ball down by 10. Bowling Green getting blown out by Michigan right now with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That game looks over. And then 2 minutes and 54 seconds left in the Hawaii-Oregon game. Again, that one's over. 41-3. And then Wyoming and Texas is coming towards the end. It's towards the end of the third quarter. It's a close game though. Wyoming has the ball on the Texas 8-yard line, so they're about to score again, it looks like. So that looks like a fun game. And then of course Colorado State, the game of the weekend. Pretty much how everybody's been looking at it. And yeah, Colorado State is kind of they're doing all right. They just punted the ball off, so they're kind of just starting. But yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of the weekend goes. Of course, NFL games tomorrow. We'll be streaming the Chiefs game, so hopefully we can get a good one there. And yeah, so hope to see you guys in the streams tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.